Top 20 tips and tricks on saving money on auto insurance. When considering auto insurance for a young driver, be sure to check with multiple insurance agencies to not only compare rates, but also any perks that they might include. It also cannot hurt to shop around once a year to see if any new perks or discounts have opened up with other companies. If you do find a better deal, let your current provider know about it to see if they will match the deal. Before you purchase a car, you should be thinking about what type of auto insurance you want. In fact, before you put a down payment on an automobile at all, make sure you receive an insurance quote for that particular car. Knowing how much you will have to pay for a certain type of car can help you make a fiscally responsible decision. Drive smart and safe to keep your auto insurance cheap. A clean driving record makes a huge difference in the premiums insurance companies will charge you. Insurers inspect your driving history perhaps more closely than any other factor when setting your premium. Do not worry about accidents where you were not at fault. Drive safely to avoid any other bad marks on your record. Add your spouse to your insurance policy. Insurance companies are notorious for wanting stable and responsible customers. Adding your spouse to your policy signifies that you have become more stable and reliable, and many companies will lower your rates just for that reason. If your spouse has a clean driving record, that can help lower your rates as well. Move to a rural area. The closer you are to the city, the higher your premiums will be. Accidents, break-ins, and vandalism all increase inside city limits, so premiums have to be higher to cover the damages. The farther away from the city you go, the lower your premiums get. Do the math before filing an insurance claim to see if it is worth it. Insurance companies love to raise rates on drivers who file claims. It's the nature of the industry. Avoid making claims that aren't going to net you much money back. If you are filing a claim for $200, is it really worth the extra premiums you'll pay in the future? Before moving, consider the possible changes in the cost of insurance. Some areas cost a great deal more than others. Insurance rates vary from place to place based on the chances of an accident or theft, and in general, rural areas and suburbs have lower rates than cities. When you are reading about the different types of car insurance, you will probably come across the idea of collision coverage and lots of words like premiums and deductibles. In order to understand this more basically, you should be covered for damage up to the official Blue Book value of your car according to your insurance. Damage beyond this is considered total. When you are looking into different auto insurance policies, be sure you understand the meaning of different coverage types and terms associated with them. Many states have required amounts you need for different coverages, so be sure you understand what is required for your particular state so you aren't considered underinsured. If something isn't clear, always ask your insurance company representative. Pay attention to the rate of theft for your model of car. Many of the top stolen cars in the United States are more than 10 years old, so even if you have an older model, you may still want to keep your comprehensive coverage. However, if you drive an older car that isn't at risk for theft, comprehensive is probably an unneeded expense. Check your auto insurance policy annually for any errors. It is important that you review the make and model of your car and yearly mileage estimate and update any incorrect information. Also, make sure that you are receiving any applicable discounts for safety equipment, such as car alarms. If you want to get affordable rates on auto insurance, one of the best things that you can do is to buy insurance from the internet. This is because most companies offer reduced rates for online applications because the process is automated. You can get reductions that range from 5 to 10%. Look around and compare prices before choosing which insurance policy to purchase. Each insurance company will focus on different factors when deciding the cost to you. By checking out multiple competitors, you can find the best deal and save yourself a lot of money. To save money on your car insurance with a teenager in the house, make sure that you only add them to the cheapest car in your driveway. Insurance ratings and prices are based on the risk the company estimates that it would have to pay out in the event of an accident. If you have more than one vehicle, make sure all of your policies are in the same place. This makes it much easier to keep track of. More importantly, you might be able to save a little money. The more policies you have with one insurance provider, the more likely you are to qualify for certain deals and discounts. When looking into auto insurance, you need to think about how much insurance you will need. Each state has a minimum amount of coverage each driver needs to maintain, so be sure to use that as a starting point. If your car is worth more, then you need more insurance. Similarly, if your car is a beater, chances are your insurance costs will be significantly lower. If you drive less than 10,000 miles annually, you may be eligible for an insurance discount. If you can lower your total mileage, then you can save a significant amount of money on your insurance. To get the best prices on insurance, factor the price of your vehicle into the equation. If your car is only worth a couple of $1,000s, then you may be able to lower or drop collision and comprehensive coverage. Talk to your agent about extras that the insurance company adds into your insurance, like roadside assistance. If you don't need it, then dropping it will save you money. Although you may not want to switch your vehicle, you ought to know that the vehicle you drive highly impacts your premiums hugely. If you are driving a flashy sports car versus a simple entry-model Chevy, the sports car will cost much more to cover. So if you want to keep premiums down, keep the flashiness down. If you want to get good rates on your auto insurance, one of the things that you should not do is to inflate the value of your automobile. Adding extra worth to your car will only make your insurance rate go higher. Cars in the high price range automatically have expensive insurance rates associated to them. I hope these insurance tips help. Thank you for viewing.